Good morning, friends. So today's mini lesson is going to be about Roman numerals. Don't worry, since we're not in ancient Rome, we're not going to need to know how to be experts in Roman numerals. But I do want you to be aware of the number system in the Western world that millions and millions of people used, and just how inefficient it actually was. So we're going to start by just going over the basic Roman numerals. So let's go to the dot can. So the Romans more than likely derived their number system from shepherds counting sheep, and they would do this with a system of tally marks. So when a shepherd had one sheep, he would write, or she would write one tally mark, I. That was 1. 2 would be 2 tally marks. 3 tally marks. This would make it very easy to remember how many sheep you left with. Make sure you have that same number when you come back. Now, here's where the Romans get a little strange, because their system involves subtraction. That's right, a counting system where you have to subtract in order to add. Are we already seeing why this is a little bit inefficient for today's math friends? So, the Romans had the number V for 5. So V was 5. And this is where, with the subtraction system, if you put an I in front of a V, that's 4. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5. So it also has an addition system, which means VI is 6. VI is 7. VI is 8. Now with the system, you're going to notice that there's never any more than 3 I's. So let's put in 6, 7, here we have 8. And now this is where you would think that 10 would be VV, right? 5 plus 5. No, 10 is a really useful number. So they would put X. X is 10. So that means that 9 is actually IX. So continuing on, XI would be 11, XII 12, and we can keep going in the same fashion. XIII 13. So what do you think 14 would be? Well, we already know 4 is IV, so XIV would be 14. And then we can follow the same pattern here to create any of our numbers 1 through 9. So XV, XVI. You're starting to get it now. XVII. It's exhausting. So to write 18, I have to write 5 characters. So we'll go ahead and put these going all the way down here. But then to write the number 19, I write X for 10, and then we add in 9. 10 plus 9 is 19. And then for 20, XX. And this is going to keep going. 20 through 29 is just XX, following the same pattern here. This is 30. XXX. And now here's where the Romans, they were very simple when it came to how they counted things. They were more interested in things like simple numbers. So numbers you could use for practical purposes, like building giant colosseums, and aqueducts, and walls. So numbers like 50 would have been really useful for them. And of course, 50 would be L, and that means 40 is XL. And we even have for 100, C, which also means, yes, my friends, that when we're trying to make a number like 150, we write CL. And you're going to get to play a game where you get to practice with Roman numerals. And here's what's kind of strange, my friends. We have D, which is 500, which means CD is 400. And then we have M, which is 1,000, which means that CM is 900. So we're going to have you play an online game, and you're going to be able to access it through Google Classroom. And I'll show you where it is really fast. So you're going to go to Google Classroom in the classwork section. You're going to go down to Math. Oops, almost forgot to post it. So you're going to go to Math, and then right here at the top is going to be Roman numerals, game, and calculator. And you're going to play this game on ABC. And don't worry, my friends, I also gave you a special tool. Just really quickly, I'll show you what the game looks like. If you have a pop-up blocker or an ad blocker, you're going to have to disable it because this game has ads. You're just going to push the play button, and you get to play Roman numerals. And it has really cool music. It's very simple. You just push the next button, and it'll tell you all of the instructions as you go. But you're going to be making Roman numerals. And guess what, my friends? If you don't know a Roman numeral, I've got news for you. I put in something where you can just look them up. So here is the next link. It takes you to a really cool website called Calculator Soup. And you can type in any number you want. Maybe you want the number 459. Let's do 458 because then we'll get a VIII. You just type the number in, calculate, and it will tell you what that number is in Roman numerals. So don't tell the people at ABC because this is how you cheat at the game. But it's not important that you become an expert in Roman math, because if you've looked around, we don't have people running around in togas and Roman armor going around and conquering the world. We have other people in togas and armor conquering the world right now. So go ahead and play the game, and when you come back, you will be able to talk with each other about your experience with Roman numerals, and I'm going to tell you about the system that we use today called the Hindu-Arabic numeral system, and I'm going to tell you about some famous mathematicians that go all the way back to Persia and ancient India, thousands of years ago. Cool stuff. All right, friends, have fun playing the game, and remember, it's not getting the right answer that's the math. It is the math itself and how we explain our thinking. So be thinking to yourself, what about this system do I like? That's kind of cool. What about this system do I say, Romans, I respectfully disagree with your system?